Asked him when it sank in that this might really be the real end. How's it hit you when you get that kind of news? Man, what'd you do? And he said, I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. And I loved deeper, and I spoke sweeter, and I gave forgiveness I've been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying.
You're given 6 months to live. How would you spend it? Most people would go for extreme skydiving or swimming with sharks, or even riding on a bull named Fu Manchu, all experiencing unique activities. But for some patients, using assisted suicide to end their life would be the unique activity of their last moments on this earth. Assisted suicide may end suffering sooner. However, it should not be legal because it violates the Hippocratic Oath. It encourages patients and doctors to give up early, and the right to die is not directly stated in the U.S. Constitution. The Hippocratic Oath, as many know, is the oath all doctors take before beginning their medical career that states the ethicality of their morals. The Hippocratic Oath states, quote, I'll prescribe regimens for the good of my patients according to my ability and my judgment and never do harm to anyone, end quote. Harm is defined as physical injury done to one, while death is defined as the permanent ending of vital processes in a cell or tissue. Therefore, harming one with death paramountly violates this oath. The penalties of breaking the Hippocratic Oath can be significant. Why waste the countless hours of studying and preparing by ending one life unethically? Doctors are the ones killing the pain, not the patient. The word doctor brings the idea of healing and saving a life to mind, which is predominantly shown in the oath. Doctors take this oath to heal, not to harm. How does one take the easy way out of a situation? By only doing half the homework or cutting the corners while on a run. Both of these examples are taking the easy way out. Both the case of assisted suicide, the easy way out does not lead to a bad grade or not getting into shape, but to death. Jeanette Hall was a terminally ill cancer patient who was given 6 months to live. She asked her doctor to help end her life. Hall and her doctor sat down and discussed Hall's life and what she had to live for, her son graduating, the police academy, and getting married. At the end of this conversation, both parties came to the conclusion of continuing the battle. 15 years later, she is doing better than ever. She is an example of a determined human that doctors and patients need to stay and fight for. A cure may be found tomorrow. No one can predict the future. Therefore, patients, doctors, and all the people surrounding need to join together and fight for the patient's life. The United States Constitution, the supreme law of the land, controlling the federal government lawmaking ability. In the court case Washington v. Glucksberg in 1997, the United States Supreme Court ruled that the right to assisted suicide is not a fundamental liberty or right protected in the Constitution. Everyone dies. That is a fact of life. But dying when you reach a hard patch in your life is not guaranteed by the Constitution. The Due Process Clause of the Constitution explains how people should not be denied the right to life, liberty, or property without due process of law. By a doctor taking the life of a patient, even if consented to, they are violating the U.S. Constitution as they are taking a person's life without due process. The decision to allow a patient to have assistance in death should be a decision made by the federal government, not the state governments, since the Constitution plays an important role. Would you trust a doctor that disobeyed the oath he took when first becoming a doctor? Would you trust a doctor who agrees with giving up on patients just because the situation might get tough? Would you trust a doctor that violates the Constitution or even the federal government? The majority of the population would answer no to the previously stated questions, meaning they are against assisted suicide. The amount of unethical performances completed by any given doctor in an assisted suicide situation should not be permitted due to the high level of unethicality. So if it comes to it, just
live like you were dying.